VTubers. What are they? Who are they? When are they? Could you be one of them? Are they among your friends and family? Maybe. Audition's open now. Hello. The Wi-Fi perms have been restored. Right, real quick, just before we begin. VOD watchers, skip this bit, yay. Goodbye, audience retention. I have, as we all know, the Wi-Fi sad. The Wi-Fi cried. The Wi-Fi perished. Someone has cut a wire outside of my house that made the Wi-Fi bad. Very sad. So I am struggling. I'm holding on for my life right now. I'm in a different room. I'm sure you can't tell by the fact that it sounds different, most likely. Here we are. I'm gonna stay in this room for as long as it is necessary, and then when it is not necessary, I will move back, because that's how this works. It should be fixed within the next week, and if it's not, we have the right to sue. So, if you hear things, if you hear background noise, it's not my fault, so don't be mad. Be mad at the system. Right then, okay. Time for... No, don't give 10 memberships. I didn't do anything. Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably keep my voice down a little bit tonight because there are people right in the next room and they're gonna be like, what's a VTuber? Who are you again? Are you our child? I'm talking about my family. Oh dear, it's very silly. But you know what? It's okay because they may not know what a VTuber is, and honestly, more power to them. But I know. I've been cursed with the knowledge. And now I'm gonna help you be cursed with even more knowledge. Let's go! We did it! Welcome to VTuber Agency Audition Tips. It would be great to... Sorry, I stopped streaming for one day and I forgot how to read. By Rin, who was scouted and therefore bypassed a good chunk of this process. Right, okay. Yeah, this is... Okay. I've consulted with management, and we're gonna give you the scoop. We're gonna give you the deets. We're gonna give you the advice. I say we. It's literally, I just like DM'd them at 3 AM being like, hey! And that's all right, because you know what? They answered my goddamn questions. Right then, let me bring up my slides. Oh, here are my slides. This is... Hello? Don't tell me Google is like, there we go. Here are my slides. This is a PowerPoint presentation with layers, I'll have you know. In this presentation, there'll be 6 segments because I thought it was good when there were 6 segments. Segment the first is an agency right for you. What are agencies looking for in potential talents? Part the second. Hold on, I should be using the sound effects. For audience engagement. That's my VTuber tip. General audition tips and frequently asked questions. Part the third. I should probably actually press the button that makes the thing go. Filling out your application form. How to write words good. Then we have part the fourth. What is in an application video? What is that? What is YouTube? Right, next. Segment the 5th. What happened when you get the interview? You passed the first thing. And now you're in hell. Welcome to hell. And then the 6th part. You should audition for Idol. I am biased. You know, not for any particular reason, but Idol Engine 2, the auditions are open. You can do it. Watch the stream and then do it. Please teach I never passed the auditions. I'm sorry, there's no way to cure a skill issue. Right then. I'm gonna give you the deets. Let's get on to the deets. They're real and they can hurt you. But first! The PowerPoint isn't moving. Hello? Oh no! My joke! Is Google Slides actually lagging? You know what? It's fine. It's situations like these that test your real prowess as being good at the VTube. Right. Is Rin qualified to give this advice? No. Once again, Rin was scouted. Oh no. I was scouted. I got a carrier pigeon message one day and they were like, do you want to come work for our company? I was like, well, this is probably a scam, but okay. I've got nothing else going on. But I will cite my sources. My sources are me. Moving on. My sources are me. That one time I got hired at a VTuber agency. My manager, also from the VTuber agency, not just from like Tesco's. My CEO's Twitter feed. And just like vibes, man. Source, it came to me in a dream. Honestly, like, if some of this advice seems a little bit out there, it probably occurred to me in some sort of vision sent by God. So, you know what? It's probably still right. Source, I made it up. Welcome to my TED Talk Part 2. Right, here's just a little disclaimer, don't worry about it. No. Okay, disclaimer here. I don't have experience applying to other companies. I don't know what they're looking for. You know, what is really just the general vibe we're going for. So I don't really know how the audition process will work with, like, if you're trying to get into Hollow, if you're trying to get into Niji, if you're trying to get into, like, any one of the other companies. Oh yes, the 3 different types of VTuber company. I don't know what they're looking for. They've probably got, like, completely different stuff going on. But it shouldn't be too far off from what we're doing here, hopefully. I was also scouted, so I did not make an application video. I did not fill out the form. All of my advice for that has been given by management. This has been approved by said management. There are some things I'm not allowed to talk about. Sorry, guys. I'm not getting fired tonight. It's very sad. And obviously, you know, use your own best judgment. If you think something in here sounds iffy, don't do it. If you don't get the job, that's on you. And if you do get the job, tell them Rin sent you. Right then, part 1. Being born, absolutely. Also, because I want this to be like a good resource for, like, as a VOD, I won't be reading super chats tonight, unfortunately. But, like, you know, it's still Sonneman. No. Take notes, future corporate VTubers. This is how you make money. Right then. Thank you. Is an agency right for you? We're gonna go over the benefits and we're gonna go over the non-benefits, because some people are like, wow, why would you ever do that? And some people are like, why would you ever not do that? And I'm here because we're gonna learn things. I'm doing hand gestures. Let's go. Right, first and, you know, most obvious benefit to joining a VTuber agency, yeah, they give you money. God, I just love money. I adore having finances. They will pay for you to, like, obviously the model is the big one. I didn't have to shell out a cent to have a physical human form. An agency will, I mean, it depends, but an agency will usually buy you a model, rigging, you know, they'll help you get stream assets, they'll help you get music. Okay, this is a stock track, but we don't worry about that. That kind of thing. They will also help with marketing and further reach, which is also kind of a money thing. But if you are... You may have seen some Juna Unagi advertisements going around recently. I've seen like 12 of them. They'll help with marketing, they'll help, oh, you're expanding to new audiences. Wow, you did it. Congratulations. Especially around when you debut, you'll get a lot of marketing. Stuff like that. That can be good. That can be funky. Support from company management. The kind of thing that my management supports me with is making sure I don't perish. And making sure I don't get sued by Disney for playing Club Penguin. Those kinds of things. But they will also help you with, if I need to reach out to an artist, they will reach out on my behalf. If I need anything signing, they will sign it for me. You know, just in case they dox my signature by mistake. How sad. Well, they will help with a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, basically. And a little bit of, you know, upfront stuff. But it's mainly behind-the-scenes stuff. So that's good if you are tired of having to do things and you just want to make the funny PowerPoints all day. This is also kind of linked. Better access to industry professionals, artists, musicians, as well as other companies for sponsorships, collabs, etc. So, you know, there will be some artists and some musicians and stuff who'll say, like, only open to, like, corporate inquiries. And now you can... You're the corporate inquiry now. There we go. I say words. Only accepting, what's it, requests from companies right now. That could be you. There's being an individual and there's being affiliated with a company, and now you're the latter and you did it, and congratulations. And it also makes, I think, collabing with people from other agencies a little bit less difficult, because you don't need to worry about it. You just tell your manager, hey, help. And you pray. Oh god. And one day they'll get me that IKEA sponsorship. Legal assistance, also related. If Disney tries to sue me, okay, I will die, but like that's mainly of sadness. But if someone tries to sue me, Idol or whatever agency you're with can fight back on your behalf. Lawyers! I don't know how many lawyers we have. I hope it's more than one. Oh no. I am the lawyer. It's me, Phoenix Incorrect. Right then. And then GenMates. GenMates is a big benefit. You did it. That being said, Theo has just claimed to be Idol Corp's lawyer, so I'm starting to rethink both of those past 2 points. Oh god, oh god. We're a little bit doomed. It's okay. It's not okay. Nothing is okay. But having GenMates is a big support, especially like right before you debut. Especially the night when you're debuting and you're all in a Discord call and you're all like, oh god, it's here. It's happening. What is Yuko doing now? You know, hypothetically, of course. That is a big benefit that you don't really get as part of just being an indie. But of course there are also some reasons why being in a VTuber agency may not be for you. And we will go over those because some people are like, wow, more money, legal support, having friends, those sound pretty neat. There's no way this could go wrong. But there are a few ways it could hypothetically go wrong, and we will go over that, and I hope that this doesn't... Let's just hope this doesn't age poorly. Okay, the first one, and the one you probably hear about the most, creative restrictions. You can't stream certain games sometimes, you can't talk about certain things, you can't do exactly whatever you want whenever you feel like it. Ah, the Club Penguin perms come to mind. But you know, as you know, you're a representative for a company, there are some things you can't do, there are some things you can't say. I've got like a like a bullet point list of things like, don't talk about that. That's your social security number, don't talk about that. And like, if I wanted to rebrand or something, I would have to go through management. If I wanted to get a new model, that's going through management. And a lot of the time, they will be like, what? Why? No. Like, there's always a way to get through, I think. But if you're just doing something on like a whim, that you will probably get stopped at some point. I would say be prepared for like a solid amount. I can't give a percentage or whatever because that's not how my brain works. But I would say expect like a good chunk of your ideas to at the very least get questioned. There have been times where I've had to convince management, hey, this would actually be really funny. Trust me, I'm really funny. But sometimes you can't change your mind, and there's usually like a good reason behind that, and that's just something you have to live with. So if you have a lot of ideas that you think people go, what? Why? At? Then just like, just think about it, because I'm one of those people. Funeral planning stream next week, let's go. Oh no. Also, the second big one, company will take a cut of your revenue. I can't say what my cut is, but it's pretty sick and you should join Idol. But now, the management will take a non-insignificant cut of your revenue. Not all of it. If they take all of it, you're being scammed and you should get out, but... You know, for their services, for the job they do, for allowing you to exist in the way that you exist, they're gonna take a little bit of that money. And that makes sense. And if that makes you sad... maybe don't do the thing. That being said, this is also why you should donate via Streamlabs, because YouTube also takes 30% of your revenue. It's just something you have to live with. It's like a cost-benefit thing. And that money does go back into, like, the talents, obviously. That's where the marketing budget and the new debut budget, when that eventually starts rolling around, will come from. How do they make money? By my hard work! I signed up for this. I literally signed the contract. But if that is something that makes you go, eh, then maybe just think about that in your heart of hearts. Did you guys know that Idle Corp takes the smallest cut out of all agencies? Apply now! Can we legally say that, Theo? Do we know for absolute certain? I know Idle has a very good cut. It's above 3%. Sorry. Oh no. How sad. I'm gonna get in trouble now. Oh ho. But it's just that level of commitment that I have to spreading information for all the... Okay, next. May not be suitable for those who struggle with being social. That being said, I'm not very social and I'm fine. But if you have, like, social anxieties, you might have a little bit of a hard time. If you're not good at talking to people, you might have a tough time in a gen with 4 other people. You know, we're all introverts here, presumably. If I could see that in my YouTube analytics, it would be like 99% introverted, 1% strange. But if being social is something that, like, really just kind of grates on you, especially if you have, like, a different job that you'll be doing on top of VTubing, because you're allowed to do that. And we'll get onto that later. But if you've got, you know, if you come home and you're tired of talking to people and you're not ready to talk to more people, maybe it is okay if you just, like, stick to being independent, because that means there aren't other people and you'll be okay. Many things must be kept under NDA, like my pay cut, or the things I'm not allowed to talk about, or secret thing here. Oh no, I've accidentally doxed my social security number again. Listen, there are so many cool things that I wish I could tell you about, but I can't because I would get sued. And, like, that's fair. I don't disagree with the fact that they should be able to sue me if I break the rules. But if you're not good at keeping secrets, like, ooh. And this also doesn't just mean publicly. You won't be able to tell, like, I mean, obviously people you meet on the street. I had to get one of my friends to sign a non-disclosure agreement before I could tell him, hey, I'm doing the thing. Which was very funny because I just kind of had to send him the contract and, like, hope he wasn't going to think I was being scammed or scamming him. But if you're not good at keeping secrets, it might not be the thing for you to be doing. Not the thing, anything but the thing. Thing coming this week and or month and or year. I forgot. I'll have to check. Cannot bring over old models / characters to most agencies. There are some exceptions. We will also get onto this later, but if you are a pre-existing VTuber and you are really attached to your model, you might want to reconsider. There are some agencies, I believe FACE Connect, will let you bring over your model under specific circumstances. It is very specific. The majority of time you should expect that you will just be, like, given a new model and stuff. There are always exceptions. Nothing is, like, set in stone. But you should just remember that if you're really attached to your model, maybe think about that. I think that's all the major downsides. If you can think of any others, I don't know, don't tell them to me because then I'll regret things. Right then. And I need to tell you this. Every agency is unique. Every agency has different images, policies, restrictions, budgets, requirements for talents, etc. It is not one size fits all, and you need to, if you really want to be a corporate VTuber, you need to look into which company you're actually, don't just go for all of them. Please, I'm asking politely. What makes someone suitable for Hololive might not mean they're suitable for Niji Sanji. I would not survive a day in some other agencies. I am fragile. You can tell. There's, like, a distinct culture with every VTuber agency, and I think that's a good thing, but that also does mean that some people aren't, like, a great fit for some agencies when they would work really well with others. That is something you need to keep in mind. We're not going to start naming names because I don't really know very much, honestly. Oh dear. But I do know that Idle is relatively chill, and we're pretty, what is the word, laissez-faire? We're pretty chill, basically. We're pretty lax. There are some agencies that are very, like, you know, chop chop, get it done, be careful. And they're fine in their own way, but you just need to make sure that, like, whatever agency you are applying to, it's not gonna, like, kill you. Yes, do your own research to figure out what you want out of joining a company and see where you'd be happiest working. Because there are some companies, you know, we're not doing 3D right now. Idol isn't doing 3D right now. If you want to be 3D, you're gonna have to go somewhere else for the time being. It could happen. I could be 3D tomorrow and you'd never know. Oh no, my NDA. Oh, how sad. But you know, we're not doing world-changing stuff. We're not going on like world tours or anything. If you want to do like some of the more specific VTuber things, there are better agencies for some stuff. Idol is better for some other things. You just need to do your research. I think figure out what goals you want to achieve as a VTuber. We'll get onto that as well. There's a lot of that. I'm saying that a lot. You need to figure out what you want out of like being a VTuber, and you need to figure out what the company culture is before you apply. But other than that, I think you'll be okay. Yeah, if you think of joining Idol, we'll get onto that later. Don't worry about it. General audition tips and FAQ. The world isn't ready for it in 3 dimensions. I'm just gonna redo this talk in 3D. I'm gonna have like a pointy stick. Right, this is just general stuff. It says right there in the name. Just things I think you should keep in mind. And for starters, I just want to give you a number. Numbers are everywhere and they can hurt you. Idol got 100 applications in the first 24 hours of Gen 2 auditions being open. I believe they opened on New Year's Day. And we're a small quote-unquote agency. We have less than 10 talents right now. And if this is how many applications we get, with like very little build-up, we didn't tease like a week before or something. We're gonna do the application soon. Ooh, you could send in a Google form. If that is what we get with like basically zero build-up, imagine how many more applications are going to be going to like the bigger agencies. Oh god. And like obviously that number has gone up. I would not be surprised if, I don't know the actual numbers. I only know this because they put it on Twitter. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't ask. But I would not be surprised if I was told after the stream, hey, we have like 1 billion No, I wouldn't be surprised if there were over like 500 by now. I'd be surprised if there weren't over 500, honestly. It could honestly have happened. I'm saying honestly a lot because it's real. So at the very least, you are competing with 100 other people. At the very least, if you submit an application now. And that's going to be more by the end of the application period. It lasts about a month for us. And oh boy, remember there are only 5 slots in the average VTuber generation. Or group. Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 6. But if you are competing with 100 other people over 5 slots, you need to make sure your application is good. Right then. So I'm going to move on to some general advice for your application. Stand out. Be yourself. Be unique. Anything is possible. Thank you very much for coming to my Right. Be honest. I'm not playing around. You could lie. You could lie on your application. You really shouldn't. You should not do that. That is a really bad idea. Not just for the company. It's a really bad idea for you. If they found out you lied, then they can fire you. I would. If you lie on your application, why do they have any reason to trust you? Because they will find out, because you're going to be spending a lot of time with these managers. You'll get wrecked. You'll just die on the spot, honestly, buddy. It's not great. If something comes up during the application process that changes any of your answers to the questions, so like, not what country do you live in? No, what country do you live in? If you move, like, over the US-Canadian border, tell them! You live in a different place now. If something comes up that affects how much you could stream, oh, I got a job. Oh, I'm in university now. Tell them! If you, like, pass auditions with another VTuber company, obviously tell them. They need to know. Because otherwise it is just going to get in the way and it is going to be a pain and you are going to have to deal with that later and you're going to be like, oh, for God's sake, why have I not? Oh, no. Please just make sure all of your... Just email them. Just email the applications team. Whatever email that is. Just be like, hey, my life has changed. I had a child? I don't know. Because that doesn't disqualify you, but it is important that you are honest about that kind of thing. Right. Auditions are generally more memorable to management if submitted at the very start or very end of the audition period. However, some, not all, slots will already be filled by the end of the audition period, so you maximize your chances by applying as early as possible. And I'm going to follow that up with, do not use this as an excuse to rush the application, because a good application sent in the middle of the application period is 1,000 times more likely to succeed than a rushed one sent right at the start. I can speak, okay, personal experience time, let's go. By the time the auditions for Idol Gen 1 had closed, I was already in the company. I already signed the contract. I believe, I'm not going to say who, but I believe that 2 or 3 other people had already signed their contracts by the end of the application period. So while Gen 1 applications were still going, there were already at least 3 of us by the end. Like, already secured, locked in. So it is just, you know, some application slots will be saved for the end. It is very important that I tell you that. You're not going to miss out by applying on the last day. And even if you do, they can ask you to wait for, like, the next generation. Some agencies will do that. I think we might do that. I will have to check. Don't take my word on that. But sometimes, if all slots have been filled, but the company still thinks you'll be a good fit, they'll be like, hey, wait until we've got Gen 3. Wait until the next set of applications. You know, we'll give you a nudge. But generally, and this is like job application advice in general, generally, you want to send your application, if you can, if it doesn't affect the quality of your application, I would recommend sending it at the very start or the very end. But honestly, the more important thing is that the application is actually good. Because if it's not actually good, they're going to be like, well, it's memorably bad. It's a job application at the end of the day. That is absolutely true. This is slightly getting into the territory of how to get a job, which I'm once again not qualified for, but you know, job hunting tips will help here. So if you have experience with that, maybe you can weasel your way in like a little rat. Let's go. If the company you want to work for doesn't have auditions open yet, try to work on it before they open to get a bit of a head start, but make sure it still reflects, you know, what your current deal is. Don't send in an application that's 5 months old. Bad idea. Mistake, as the kids would describe it. But you know, if you're waiting for like Hololive applications or Nijisanji applications, you're like, when are they going to open? You can get started now. You can, you know, set out the basic bare bones framework of an application video. You can kind of decide, okay, I want this, and I want this, and I want to show this and that and that. So it'll be a lot quicker to actually get your application through, you know, the whole process. Like, I wouldn't say have it finished and ready to go unless the applications are literally opening tomorrow. But I think it's, you know, I think it's okay if you get things, like, in order, as long as it's still up to date. Don't include stream clips that are, like 5 months old or something, because that doesn't reflect you. And arguably, you know, if you've been streaming for 5 months after that, you're probably better at streaming than you were back then. So, just think about that. Right then. I have more general advice. There's more of it. It never ends. Make sure your audio is loud and clear. This is very important for the video especially, but just in general. This also, I think, would apply to the interviews. Make sure you know, they can hear you speak. Don't be too concerned with the mic quality. If quality is an issue, did I just really correct myself to say issue instead of issue? Incredible. Basically, if you have, like, below standard mic quality, most companies will work with you, to get a better microphone. For all of us in Idol, they send us this beautiful, what is this microphone called? It's a Shure microphone. It looks like a fancy boom mic. It's a SMB 12,000, I don't know. It's an SM7B, there we go. You can see me, like, looking around. What's my microphone again? Everyone in Idol gets sent a Shure SM7B and a Go XLR Mini, and that's why I sound beautiful and absolutely stunning. But for things that aren't microphone quality, for things that aren't, you know, I can't afford a good microphone, make sure, you know, your voice is clearly audible. Make sure your microphone placement is good. Look up advice on that if you're not sure how to get that going. Try to have as little background noise as you possibly can. If there's like a fan or something, you know, you might just have to overheat for a little bit. I'm sorry. Also, I would say don't have any backing music apart from if you're singing during, you know, the application video, because they would quite like to hear your voice. It's quite a lot about the voice. Can the video be edited or not? We'll get into that later, but it's not like you just have to record like one thing, like a 5-minute perfect take. Don't worry about that. We will have more specific audition video advice in, let's say 15 minutes. Sure, start a timer. Double check your application before sending. I am begging you. Check for spelling mistakes. Make sure the video is unlisted. This is really important. If it's public, you're just out. If it's private, they can't see it. You're out. So please just check, especially if you're unfamiliar with YouTube. You can ask to have details changed later, but it's not a great look if it's fine if it's something happened to me, I have a new job, I'm in education, something happened with my family. If it's I made a mistake, I got the month and the day wrong on the Google form. If it's on you, it's like, wow, can you even fill out a form? I misspelled my name. Make sure you don't misspell your name. You know, I'd say run it through Grammarly, but run it through the Grammarly in your mind. Oh, good God. The worst that can happen is radio silence. You're not gonna get blacklisted from a company just because you failed one audition. There are like famous stories, right? What was it? It was Nene from Hololive. I believe there is a pretty well-known story. She applied multiple times to get into Hololive, which proves that you're not gonna get in trouble if you just fail one audition. You can apply when the next thing of auditions opens. Even if you get rejected the first time. She applied like 5 to 6 times. Exactly! That proves my point! We did it! What a queen. I think this is true. Proving you have tenacity and reapplying after you fail can actually be a good thing. It can be like, wow, I don't get discouraged that easily. I really want to be here specifically. That kind of thing. Or, I really want to be an agency VTuber in general. It can be kind of a sign that you're not ready to just like give up that easily, which is pretty good. Because when you're doing agency VTuber stuff, that can be the sad, hard times. Wow, so sad. So it's good to have any kind of sign you're dedicated to this, and this specifically. Right, but also do not send in multiple applications during one audition period. I believe the Nene story is also every 2 weeks she would send in a new application. That is not how things work anymore, with like the majority of companies, I believe. Wait until the application period is closed. That's when you know that it's like over. And then if the company that you're applying to says, we will reply to everyone who got through in this period of time, and that period of time is over, yeah, it's okay. But if, you go 2 weeks and you haven't got a reply, do not send in a new application, because a lot of the time that will get your first application just completely thrown out. And all subsequent applications for that period. It should be okay if they reopen auditions later on. But I would not recommend this, like, for any company, because it kind of looks a little bit desperate. It's kind of like, please, Mr. VTuber Agency. Please give me employment. If you need to change any information in your application, email the agency directly. Just do that. Just do that. There'll be an email somewhere on the form. If there isn't, it'll be somewhere on the website. If there isn't, do your own research. I don't know, maybe this emailless agency isn't for you. But just do not. Just don't do that. Just don't do that, buddy. Right. But we are going to go on to what's the most important quality for a VTuber. It's learning how to read. Shockingly, I know. The most important quality for a VTuber. And I asked my boss about this. It's him! Introducing the secret 6th member of E-Sekai. Literally just a shark. Congratulations on your debut, Omerito! No. It is that you are fun to watch and to work with. That is the most important quality of being a VTuber. It's also not being dehydrated, so I'm gonna... Oh yeah. Fresh from the ocean, I am dehydrated, this is true. It is important that you are fun to watch, and it is important that you are fun to work with. Both of these are true. I asked Mr. CEO, and he said that this is the main thing that they're looking for. It's just like, it's vibes, generally. You need to prove that you're a good entertainer, and you need to prove you're not an absolute nightmare to work with. And I think if you can do that, you'll have a good time. So I think it's important to show you're not, like, scared or whatever. You're not, you know, You're not like me, basically. I mean, what? You're not, like, uptight, I believe is the term. Just show you're not taking it too seriously, but you're taking it seriously enough. And you're having fun, and you live, laugh, love. Requirement, vibes. It is kind of vibes, honestly. You just gotta make sure that you have the good vibes. You're like, yeah. Nice. So this is a key quality that you should be trying to put forth. Like, fun doesn't mean the same thing for everyone. But whatever your definition of fun is, I think you should try and, you know, put that forward. To show the agency that you're good. You gotta pass the vibe check. Right, now we have some frequently asked questions about agency applications in detail. I'm gonna do another section like this just for the idol applications in a little bit. But for now, right, can I keep my previous model / character? For multiple reasons, quality control, legal issues, etc., you will probably, like 99 times out of 100, you are probably going to have to debut as a new person. Exceptions can be made, but do not count on it, because that would need to be beneficial to the company. Because remember, they need to make sure they've got, like, the ownership and the legal stuff in charge. And it would be kind of sad if, imagine, like, a new gen of any VTuber agency debuts, and one of them just has, like, a real jank model. There's no point in getting, like, an old model re-rigged, I don't think. I mean, sometimes there is, but not in a situation like this. You know, you're gonna get a better model generally than if you were an independent. They do need to be, like, consistent quality-wise, but aside from that. So if you're really attached to your old model or whatever, that is something to keep in mind. That being said, not all agencies say you have to graduate. It depends on the agency. Idol will let you, if you have a past life, as it is said, I believe. If you have a previous persona, no, stop. Idol does not say you have to graduate. Idol says you can stream on your old account. Don't worry about it, man. However, remember that you will be asked to put the majority of your time and attention into your new persona. Sorry. Stick your hand in the VTube studio. Do it. Oh god. Remember that this is a job, so even if you do keep your old thing active, just remember, you are not going to have time to keep it, like, 100% up to date. Like, she's going on hiatus. She's going on... There's a reason a lot of VTubers graduate when they get into companies. Purse owner! See, that could be you. You could be the purse owner VTuber. Wow, apply today! So you say is the big exception, even she had to get a redesign. Exactly. There's always, like, an edge case, I think. That you just need to remember that the edge case... The fact that it's an edge case proves that there is... The exception proves the rule, I think. Right. Should I talk about my audition publicly? No. No, you shouldn't do that. I have sources. Being part of an agency means you need to be able to keep things confidential, and posting publicly about your audition, it's not a great sign. It's not a great sign. For idol applications, it does say right at the start of the Google form, if you talk about your interest in the auditions publicly on the tweetbook, we're throwing out all of your application stuff. Don't do that. Keep it to yourself. Keep it in the group chat with the lads. It's gonna be fine. You won't explode. You'll be okay. Once again, I can't speak for any other agency that isn't Idol, but I would not be shocked. It's a sign of trust. I auditioned, wish me luck. Yuko's time is now numbered? Oh goodness. Just remember that being a VTuber is a lot about keeping things on the down low, under wraps. Secret. Ha. Hush hush on the hush hush. So when in doubt, maybe say nothing. Goodbye, Yuko. It's like that question of, can I unadopt someone when they're like 23? Can I undebut someone? Management is asking now. Well, you know what? You can always reply, Yuko. I'm giving you advice on how to fill out your audition form. Right. I have compiled a list of common application questions. I searched through all of the agencies with open auditions that I could find right now, but like 2 days ago, including my company. But I tried to make this representative of what most agencies will be asking. So if something is phrased differently, just, it's fine, don't worry about it, man. Right. Why do you want to join company? What are your goals as a VTuber? I think that these are, they're pretty well linked. They are pretty well linked. So, do not be afraid to be a little bit overly ambitious, even if you're applying for a small company. Because I said, hi, Mr. Idol. It's the guy that runs Idol, yes. Definitely not me. Hi, Mr. Idol. I'd like to do some funny 3D things. I want to do I want to do a handstand in 3D. And they were like, are you sure you can? It's not a matter of 3D, it's a matter of my arm strength. Because remember, agencies will always have more going on in the background than you realize. Once again, I could have 3D debuted yesterday and you'd have no idea because my Wi-Fi was bad. But don't be afraid to say, you know, I want to do an original song album. I want to do 3D nonsense. I want to do this. I want to do that. You know, as long as it's nothing like, I want to go on a world tour tomorrow. So don't be afraid to, like, actually speak your mind on that. Be like, I want to hit 1 million subscribers, because they'll be like, okay. We'd also like it if you hit 1 million subscribers. Your goal should probably at least align a little bit with the company's overall vibe, so once again, do your research. VTuber agencies are not one size fits all. So, you know, once again, every company has their brand. Oh, we love a brandity. We love Hugh Brandity. Other, you know, some agencies will be, you know, Hololive is the idol one. Niji Sanji is, and I say this in the most loving way possible, the one where all the crazy people go. It just depends on what you want to do, honestly. Well, that's a compliment, by the way. All VTubers are a little bit... You have to be a little bit insane to be a VTuber. Just a little bit. Just a skosh. Do you think that comes through? No. This is not about etymology. This is about VTubers. So just think about... I'd say first think about what you want out of a VTuber agency and then go on to be like, okay, does this agency do this? Does this agency do that? Well, this agency's never done that before, but is there a chance they might? Once again, we've never done 3D. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna force them. Oh god, even if I have to get like really bad 3D tracking on like a blank test model, I will be 3D one day. You can't stop me. Right, next question. When are you available to stream, hours per day, weekends, etc.? My answer to this question was, I don't go outside. Whenever's good with you, Mr. Management. So, but I would say don't overestimate how much you can stream, which, yeah, hypocrisy, but don't worry about it, it's fine. I still don't go outside. You might be able to become a full-time streamer, which is very epic, very cool, but do not count on it right away, because the way YouTube works, any money you send in January, I am not getting until the end of February. That is not an agency thing. That is... Streamlabs is different. So if you have Streamlabs open right away, great! But if you're having a monetization stream, you're not getting that money until next month. Because Google AdSense or whatever is like, hey, what if we... Okay, so we're gonna like track how much money you've got, and then we're gonna put it into your AdSense account. But we're not gonna let you get it out of your AdSense account until like the 20 whateverth. And then don't worry about it. And also, give us your tax information. And I'm like, oh, I'm glad my agency does this for me because I'm scared. Oh no. There is a chance you can go full time, but you know, if you're still in work, if you're not a NEET, if you are in fact in education, employment, or training, you need to make this clear. You know, I think a lot of VTuber agencies say you can still apply, you know, if you're just planning to stream after school or after work or something. You do need to make that clear, like, right from the get-go. Say, like, these are my hours. This is the time I like taking for personal time. You know, I take Sundays off for whatever. I take these days off to look after my son. He's a shark. Just make sure it's, like, abundantly clear. Okay, next. What are your other skills, hobbies / talents? Right, foreign language abilities are a very big plus. If you can speak, even if that agency, you know, does not have a language branch for a language you can speak. We don't have a Japanese branch, and I was like, no, skoshi nihongo ga shawarimasu. And they were like, we don't speak Japanese. And I was like, me neither. I have a little bit of Japanese knowledge. I believe Lily Senpai also has a little bit of Japanese knowledge. I feel like her Japanese is better than mine, so maybe not a little. You know, if you can speak Spanish or French like Pochi can, or something like that. Juna speaks Korean, I believe. Things like that. Any, like, foreign language ability is good. That is like, yes, you win. Congratulations. Consider what hobbies you have that would make for good content. Also, do not worry if you've never seen someone stream your hobby before. I say, as someone who quite enjoys streaming jigsaw puzzles and PowerPoint presentations. I believe it is. I've seen Pina from Prism Project. She has done knitting streams before. You wouldn't think knitting can be content. Knitting can be content. She said so. If you would think it would be interesting to watch someone do it, that could, like, possibly be something that you could put down. Especially if you've already streamed it before. You could be like, I've already streamed bricklaying streams before, and they'll be like, interesting, a gap in the market. I mean, there is also, just remember, there is also, you need to make sure, like, for personal, like, emotional reasons, please make sure you don't monetize all of your hobbies. You will die. I have hobbies that I don't do on YouTube because I need, like, fucking respite in my life. Respite, there we go, that's words. You need, please, this is just like a therapy thing at this point. Please have a hobby that is not, like, that you're not monetizing, that is not directly linked to how you survive. Take up jigsaw puzzles and then don't stream it. It's a power move. Right, another question. How often do you watch VTubers? Who are your favorites? Yoroshi says a lot about you. For example, Mayoshi is fucking crazy. And you know, me IRL. But they also do quite a lot of music stuff. So management probably could have looked at that and they'd be like, huh. Oh, so you want to be like this? You want to be like this? This cheeky little fellow? Rin is Mayoshi. Bad idea. When's the Theo PowerPoint stream? I think it gives you a good idea. You know, if you say, oh, Mayoshi is Calliope Mori, they'll be like, oh, okay, so you like music. Good for you. You want to do music? And you'll be like, yes, I want to do music. Ooh. Something like that. Seeing what kind of VTubers you like gives the company a clearer idea of what your idea of a good VTuber is, as well as showing that you kind of, you know what you're talking about. You're like, I know what a virtual is. I know what this thing is. I know the virtual culture. I know all the words. Ksa. Tete. A third thing here that my brain isn't generating. And they'll be like, oh, yes, do you know what a flimbity flimbop is? And they'll be like, yeah, I know what a flimbity flimbop is. And they'll be like, hired! But just remember, yes, do not audition for any agency if the only reason you are auditioning is, I want to meet my Oshi. She's so cool. Okay, she is. But this is a job. You would not apply to, like... You would not apply to, like, the local McDonald's because you think that, like, the guy that works here is, oh, he's really cool. Oh, he can do a handstand. He's my Oshi. You need to be able to hold your own. Like, if you end up, like, collabing with your Oshi, great. I love that for you. Congratulations. You are winning. But don't do that. Have, like... How do I phrase this? You need to be able to stand on your own. You need to be okay with the, like, idea that maybe you'll go into the company and you'll never speak to them. Okay? And also, it's just, like, a little bit very creepy if you do that. If you audition because you're a Rin Oshi, first of all, taste issue. Second of all, I'm gonna look at that and I'm gonna be like... I'm gonna be scared. Make sure you're applying first and foremost because you want to be a VTuber, basically. Not because you want to meet this really cool girl who she can do a handstand. Why is this the epitome of VTubing to me? Doing a handstand. Also, meeting your heroes can be a rather rude awakening. That is true. Sometimes you need to ask yourself, is it really okay if I meet Rin? And the answer is no. My family sometimes wishes they hadn't met me. Oh no! This is a job and you need to make sure you can stand on your own merits. I think that's a good way of me having put it. Well done, I'm good at English. Let's go. Just do some soul searching, honestly. Sometimes it's better to join like the agency that you're actually isn't in, because otherwise you know you'd go insane. Just know yourself, it's okay. Right, next. What is your experience as a content creator? Ugh. Include things such as follow accounts, view numbers, but I would also say include like personal achievements that you are like really, you know, you're like, this is me. I did this. This is what I am about. If you've done Ori songs before, like include that, even if you're like not branding it as a VTuber. Ah, yes, I was in a band in high school, but it was actually good. No, lie, but if you have like a series that you are really proud of or something, of streams, of videos, if you draw a webcomic or something, include that. It's just good to have things that show like, I've made things before, and I'll fucking do it again. You might want to include links to other videos, such as cover songs or stream highlights if there isn't a section to do so elsewhere in the form, because some forms will have a section that's like, anything else you want to show us? Tee-hee? Link it here. Link it in the description below. Haha. That's a good place to put those. If there isn't a place to put those, like in general, I would say try and fit into the audition video if you've got the time and if it wouldn't like make the audition video worse. You might also want to include certain software or hardware you have experience with using for the content. So I would have been like, if I'd done the application, which scouted, I'd be like, I use Vegas Pro 15 and my computer explodes whenever I try to make a funny meme video, and they'd be like, hired. Like, especially if you have experience with kind of like 3D tracking hardware, I think is good, because then you can be like, I can do home 3D, and they'll be like, sick, yes, you're on the list. Do memes count as content? I would say, unless they're like really high effort. Like if it's one of those things that you put a lot of editing time into, or you just like painstakingly, beautifully watercolor painted, just like the funniest shit you've ever seen. It needs to be something that shows off your skills, basically. So I don't think generally derivative works would really count for that. I mean, if you're a VTuber clipper and you can be like, well, I can edit a video. Maybe you could put that up. It just depends. Do whatever you think is good. Are you applying for an audition with another company? This one, I feel like the immediate instinct would be to be like, oh, no, I would never. No, I'm dedicated. I want to be in this company. Please believe me. This will not disqualify you, though. Like, don't lie, because they will find out, and they'll be like, it's kind of cringe, bro. Lying is cringe. But it can be a sign that you're, like, very passionate about, like, getting into a corporation. Like, I'll get into wherever I need to be, and I will make my dreams come true. And they'll be like, you know what? Yeah, good, cool. They might also... And I don't know about all agencies, because sometimes, probably when there's like enough competition, this might not apply for, but I'd say for smaller agencies, probably. Like, honestly, maybe for Idol even. If you say, I'm auditioning for multiple companies, and they take notice of you, they're like, oh, this guy's pretty good. Yes, I see, Naruhodo. They might also then see, like if they're already considering you, they might then see, oh, you're applying for a different company. We don't want them to snatch you up right away before we can. We're just gonna speed this up a little bit. So like don't lie in the other direction as well. Don't be like, oh, I'm just in such high demand. Oh, flips hair. But sometimes, you know, they'll see a talent and they'll be like, oh, she'd be a really great fit. But then, oh, she's auditioning for like 2 other companies right now. It is time. Go into overdrive. So it can be helpful, I think. I mean, I'm not the hiring manager or whatever, but I feel like this could probably be true. And you know, once again, this PowerPoint did go through Idol, so believe it or don't. Do either. But it is definitely true, maybe. Right, part 4. And this carries on from there. What's in an application video? How to make the video good. This is very important. I think the application video is probably the most important part of the entire thing, of your entire audition. This is what gets you into the interviews. This is basically like what shows the hiring staff, like, where's this guy? What are you doing? So I have some advice from the management themselves that they begged me to tell you. Right, the first one. I would say consider this as a portfolio. Make sure the video shows your best parts as a streamer, because that is the job you are applying for. You're not applying to be a video maker. You can make videos. It's a plus if you can make videos. You're not applying just to make videos. It is not like 2016, I want to say. We are not in like the Kizna Eye age of like VTubers are in videos. VTubers are in streams. That is what the meta is these days. And maybe that'll change. But for right now, yeah. Right. Things you can include in the application video. Clips from streams. Rin Penrose funny moments, part 5. Karaoke samples. Don't use something, I wouldn't say use a cover. Maybe if you've got like space in there, but don't use like a cover that's been mixed and mastered and stuff. They want like the untuned, unfiltered vocals. So I would say use karaoke. I mean, make sure the music isn't absolutely deafening, but you know. Make sure it's basically been untouched. The untouched audio. Aside from, you know, filter on microphone. Okay. Can it have background music? I'd say unless you're singing, or if it's a stream clip that like shows you in like a past stream. If you're like doing like an unscripted introduction, there we go, that's that. During like anything you record specifically for the application video that isn't karaoke, that isn't singing, I would say do not use background music because they want to be able to hear what your voice sounds like without the interruption of background music. Like right now, so sorry. Oh no, I'm not getting hired, sad. And then anything you think makes you more unique and interesting, for example, art abilities, skills at particular games, PowerPoint power. If I'd done the application video, I could have put a PowerPoint in there. Why you should hire in this 25-part essay. What do you mean I only have 5 to 10 minutes? Once again, this is your portfolio as a streamer. You know, imagine you're just going for like a job as like a streamer, not a VTuber. Imagine you're going in and you're gonna stream with the best. Old man Jiminy, Susan, streams. These are all real people, she lied. Imagine you're going in for real people, not fake enemy people. Imagine you're applying to be one of those. Oh, that does remind me. Do not roleplay. My manager begged me to put this on the list. Please, you are auditioning to be a live streamer, not an actor, not a scriptwriter. This ain't about that. Don't write out like, oh, I'm gonna say all of this and I'm gonna talk about my deep lore and I'm gonna show off my personality. Because the only thing that really shows off is like, my voice sounds like this and I like to write lore. It's literally like, just be yourself. Like, in character to a certain extent. As in character as any streamer is when they're streaming, really. I'd say, like, a 1-minute introduction, and you can write that out. And unscripted. Do not script it. Because otherwise they'll be like, wow, you have no confidence. Lore comes later. Lore comes later in the process. When you are hired. You could probably just take, like, a picture of, like, anime girl from Pixiv. And like, credit it, obviously. But you could take like, anime girl, Pixiv, put it up on the screen. This is me. My name is Amalia Manine, and I work at the local Sainsbury's, and that's who I am. And then just go off like, and this isn't scripted, but my favorite video game is Club Penguin. My name is John Anime. Exactly, Johnny Anime. What, from Persona? Oh my god, real. Yeah, once again, management is looking for people who are genuinely fun to watch and work with. Make your video fun for the staff who are going to have to watch all 100 of those videos, likely in like long chunks of time. They're gonna sit down, they're gonna be like, okay. I've got my coffee. It's 3 AM. All the talents are asleep, apart from Rin, because she doesn't sleep. I'm gonna watch 50 fucking audition videos in a row. Be the breath of fresh air that will save my manager from wanting to perish! Save them. Save them. I mean, it's about standing out, and one thing you can do to stand out is not be the most painful video to watch in existence. Fun. The time limit is a maximum, not an absolute requirement. I am not sure about other agencies, but I can definitely speak for Idol. If your video reflects who you are in only 3 minutes, and you don't want, like, add anything else to pad it out, good for you, man. Send it in. If you don't, you know, if you're not a singer, and you're like, well, I don't have any singing to show. I don't have, you know, any of this, that, or the other. It's me, and it's these things that I've already shown, and the runtime's only 3 or 4 minutes. You can still send it in. The time limit is more of like a, oh god, I don't want to have to watch a 12-hour video essay about this guy's entire life kind of thing. It's also something that shows you can follow instructions. So I'd say the closer you can get to 5 minutes, the better. Until you go over. I'd say like maybe, you know, a few seconds over is probably okay. Once that number starts saying 6 minutes, you're out. You're done. They're gonna be like, I don't have time. Why would I hire someone who can't read a goddamn form on Google when I could hire someone who's just as funny and knows basic literacy? So be careful with that. Visuals are generally less important than audio and overall content, but if you're an artist or a video editor, consider showing off your skills here. Wow, I'll show off this beautiful PowerPoint that for the template that I downloaded for it. Generally, I would say the hierarchy, if you absolutely need to focus on one thing over the other, I would say overall content, then below that is audio, then below that is visuals. Because the last two can be helped. The first one cannot. You are gonna have to learn how to have good vibes, buddy. Overall content is like the most important one. If you have an absolutely great audition video and like your audio is like a little bit sad and your visuals are just like black screen, audition in Comic Sans, you could still probably get through if you were just like that good in your application and the form and stuff was beautiful, perfect. I feel like that could be true. Vibe issue, personality issue, skill issue, content issue. All of the above. But it'll be fine. As long as you're fun and interesting to watch. And please, seriously, my manager is begging you, please give them, like, something interesting to watch. Their eyes are gonna be just, like, falling out of their skulls, like, by the time they get to you. If you're not the first audition video, they're gonna be like, okay. Time for the next one, it's time for the next one, I'm the manager, it's time for the next audition video, I'm okay. Inject the coffee directly into my spleen, please, I'm begging you. But then they can watch your audition video and they'll be like, what the hell? This is actually entertaining. What? No. And that's how you get hired. But then, what happens after they watch the audition video? And they're like, wow, we should maybe think about hiring this person. What happens then? The things that happen after that, after they send you the funny email saying, you want to do an interview? Right, and I do have perms to talk about this. I can't be too specific. I can't spoilers. But I can tell you, based on my personal experience, because this is... Okay, if you're being scouted, hello people who are being scouted, there's no reason for you to have watched up to this point. Let's go! If you were scouted like me, you skip the video and the form, and you get the little thing in your inbox, and it says, hello, Rin. Wanna be an idol? Can I find the original email, I wonder? Okay, while we go through this, I'm going to see if I can... Let me search my personal inbox. All emails. Idol. Hello. Ah! Okay, I found the original email. Let's see. Okay. I think I can talk about this. I don't think I was under NDA when they sent me this. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. You will get an email from the email that you put on the form if you auditioned, if you're being scouted. They will send you an email, and you'll be like, oh, yes, email. And then they'll be like, Ayo, what's your Discord? Or at least for this company, they'll be like, Ayo, what's your Discord? And you'll be like, my Discord is this. Very cool, very sick, very nice. They will have an audio call via Discord. I was like, am I gonna have to do my hair? And they're like, nah, don't worry about it, man. This is the first interview. They tell you business things that A, I can't remember, and B, even if I could remember what I was asked, NDA, lol. Do not be afraid of the managers. They are very bullyable. Source, I bully them. I bullied them back then, and I bully them now. I can tell you what one thing that I did in my audition, because I've already talked about it. I did a Toad voice. I was talking to the person who is now my manager, and I was like, hello, sir. Would you like to hear my impressive Toad, Mario? And he was like, what the fuck are you doing? And then I got hired. Let's go. Also, I drowned. Also, during my audition, or one of my interviews even. Blah, I'm getting confused. During one of my interviews, I drowned. It was really fun. Ugh. I'm getting dehydrated from spitting so many facts. After this, you might be asked to schedule a test live stream. It's a simulation. It's Live Stream Simulator 2023. Let's go. Management will pick game. Well, this is in Idol's case, but it might. I think this is generally something you could expect from like another agency. Management will pick games for you to play to see if you can be entertaining while you're playing something that you're not familiar with. For Idol, they will all be free Steam games, so you don't need to pay any money. Don't worry about that. I'm not allowed to talk about what games I played. Trust me, I was bad at them. I had a manager in the live chat and he was watching me like do this, like play this game I didn't know. And I was like walking around trying to do like one thing for like 15 minutes and he was just like, oh, this is painful to watch. But it was my beautiful, my joyous demeanor and my winning smile that got me through in the end. So even if you're really bad at video games, same. Oh no, we're in playing FPS games. I was playing Apex on my potato. Cool. Oh no. And you might have more interviews and more tests. I think I had about 2 of each. It was like, interview, and then can we schedule a stream? And they're like, interesting. Can we do another interview? And they're like, interesting. Can we do another stream? And I was like, oh yes, because this is a job application, and I asked to do this, basically. And we'll go on and on from there until you get your final result. You will get your final result at the time you are least expecting to get the result. I got a text on Discord. Mr. Manager, he was like, Your Majesty, congratulations. And I was like, oh, cool. It's 11 a.m. God, back in the before days when I woke up at 11 a.m. Oh boy. And then if you get accepted, you will be asked to do a video call to discuss your contract. Management wants to see their future employee. So I had to, brush my hair. Sad. I put on my finest, I put on my Sunday best. I put on my finest formal wear. And I was like, yes. Sup. And my CEO was like, hello, here's your contract. Here is the thing. He like screen shared. And he was like, okay, this is the thing that is the thing, and here is the stuff, and here's the thing about debuts, and here's the how much money. Oh god, you have to show your face? Wow. It sure would be tragic if anybody knew what I looked like. God, wouldn't that just be so sad? Like this if you create every Tim. That would be distressing. I would be distressed. Oh good god, anything but that. Right. You're hired! Based on past experience, this is what happens after you, like, get hired. You've signed the paperwork. Congratulations. They found my signature. They have my social security number. I had to send, like, an image of my passport because I don't have many forms of ID because I can't drive. Imagine applying to become a VTuber, to not show your face, only to have to show your face. How sad. Wait until they hear about Off Collabs. This was what happened after I signed my contract. Fun! I signed the contract. Okay, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. I decide, you know, on the character, on the concept, on the name, on the couleur. Oh, it sounds like you're pronouncing the U in colour. I was like, my name's Rin. And they were like, we know. Well, this is personal experience. Some VTuber agencies will have, you know, models pre-made for you, and they'll be like, choose. Pick whichever you may like. But for Idol, it's like, okay, so like, who are you? Read the contract before signing. I mean, that's what the meeting before this is meant to be. But I would advise paying attention. I took notes. And then I kept taking notes for every meeting in Idol after that. Oh god. Right then, you create your work accounts. You're like, what happens is the company will give you an email, and then you'll be like, I'm hacking the mainframe, I'm making Twitter. Wayo. When did I think I got my email. You make a personal, no, not a personal, you make a streaming user account on Windows also. I'm on my RIN account as opposed to my RIN account. You know, to keep your social security number and your tax info safe. Very fun, very epic. When did I make my Discord account? I think it was sometime in August? August sounds right. August doesn't sound wrong. And then I switched over there for my personal one. Right. You work with management to find a model artist. Definitely Idol specific. But we were like, okay, we're gonna scour the land. By which I mean we're gonna look on Twitter. We're gonna check if you've got a Pixiv. And then we found one's roll sheep mama. What happens in Idol is generally they'll have like a beautiful long list and they'll be like, pick one. And then you could also be like, okay, your list is great. I love it. What about this other guy who isn't on the list? They'll be like, oh my god, get the translators, send him an email. It was very epic. It was very gaming. Like, there might be complications. I can't say if I had any complications. Oh no, what's my eye doing? I can't say if any shenaniganery happened while I was getting, you know, my physical form created and made whole. But you know what? I survived being born. Am I talking about being a VTuber or being like a human being? Let's find out next week. Then I got to oversee the model design, give notes and adjustments for art and rig. The reason that I get to do this is because I said so. The reason that I get to be like, it's on me. I'm sorry, this is my apology video. Oh no, oh no. They let me be like, do you want, what expression you want? How do you want to move your face? And I was like, how do you think? I believe, for example, you know how Pochi's Ahoge just goes like a helicopter? It's Speen. Guess whose responsibility that was? Guess who suggested that? It wasn't the artist. The artist let it happen. It was great. We get a lot of freedom. We get arguably too much freedom. We got enough freedom that I get to go like, that's too much freedom. I can't do this. Like, Juna got things like she gets to mess with her nodes and stuff. Things like that. You just get to have a little bit of a look. You get to meet your gen mates pretty soon after everyone is all there and stuff. I think, what was it? I was told, like, whoever was 5th in E-Sekai, not me, whoever is 5th in E-Sekai, it wasn't called E-Sekai back then, it was Idol Gen 1 and nothing else. Okay, it was like, we've got the last person, and I was like, cool. And then my manager was like, are you free for a call tonight? And I was like, oh, it's been 2 minutes. That happens pretty soon because they want you to start getting used to each other, which makes sense. Also, and this is the fun part, I lied. You get to go to debut prep hell. Do you know how much I suffered? Do you know how much I suffered? It took so long. I had to record an original song. I had to make a Neon Genesis Evangelion parody and then get that past the lawyers. Debuts happen so quickly, and yet they take so long to get ready. What is the point in streaming anymore? Oh god, it's like if I made 50 PowerPoint presentations. It's that stressful. And then you get to debut, and then you're like, okay, I'm not stressed at all. So, you know, look forward to that. But then you have fun. Right, if you can't decide what kind of VTuber you would like to be, I've made a helpful guide. This could be you. Choose the first letter of your first name and the date on which you were born. That's your VTuber concept. Choose now. For example, I would be a typical person from your country / town / planet. But worse. Oh, that's true. Use this for inspiration, corporate VTubers, indie VTubers alike. Let's see. Let's see. I'm a houseplant that is the last of my kind. See, that is ripe for lore. You could be Gordon Ramsay with a passion for fashion. It could be you. It could be you. A Target employee fighting fighting an evil agency. So I'm infiltrating Target to fight Target. Exactly. Isn't that just... That's law. That's the Target law. You could have the Target law. Leave your VTuber type in the comments below. So I can steal your ideas. I'm a sleep paralysis demon with a very specific set of skills. You could be any of these. You could be any of these. I mean, as long as your name begins with a certain letter and you were born on a day. A red blood cell and nothing else. Sometimes the simple law, like, just a guy. That's definitely my law. I wasn't born into Earth. Don't worry about it, man. A janitor, but worse. Oh no, what does that say about janitors? Just a little guy. You could just be a little guy. You could just be a little guy. You could be the sun, who was left in the microwave just a little bit too long. I just think they're ghost, but like the ghost version. It's different from a ghost and nothing else. Don't worry about it. An unusual mammal who dresses in cool suits. Oh, I think that just means you run like a commentary channel. I've got opinions. Oh no, a ghost with opinions. There we go, we found the opinion ghost. A scrunkly telling lies on the internet. They wouldn't. Or would they? Maybe they're not. Maybe the liars, they're not actually a scrunkly overall. A Lego brick deluxe edition. What I'm saying is, if you're having if you get into Idol and you're having trouble thinking of what you want to be when you're in Idol, you could be your dad, who came from the future. Wow, shocking, thrilling. It could be you. It could be you. See, and this is the level of creativity that got me hired for the Idol Corp EN Gen 1. And could you get you hired for the next gen? Let's go. And on that note, you should audition for Idol. I'm back in my previous position to tell you how you should audition for Idol. Oh boy. Disclaimer, I am very biased considering I work for this company and have run this entire presentation past management, but also didn't ask me to do the stream in the first place, and I genuinely think what we've going here is pretty cool. So take this whole section, nay, this entire video with several fistfuls of salt, but know that the salt does at least believe the words that are coming out of its salty mouth. I'm the salt. You know, that should cover us on the legal basis. Right. I'm not biased, but you should join Idol. https://idol-company. I'm not reading all of that. Congratulations, or sorry it happened. Right. Here are some of the benefits that I can attest to for working for the Idol company. Here are the perks. Here are the perks. Kuto channel gives you 10 gift memberships, and you're like, wow, that's pretty dope. That's pretty sick. Because you're a kid who knows the lingo. Thank you. Perks that I have benefited from personally and will continue to. Freedom to choose character concept and suggest ideas for design within reason, including choosing a model artist's expressions, etc. I was born like this, is what I'm saying. But you could be any of these things! You could be any of these things! You could be, you know, you could be an orthodontist, but only on the weekends. I'm expecting to see her when Gen 2 rolls up. You can be whoever you want. You don't have to be forced to be a... You could be a... Incredible. Skills. I know about a red blood cell. If cells at work made it work, you can make it work too. Free audio equipment, Go XLR Mini and SM7B mic before debut, which you get to keep forever without having to pay back. They're not docking my pay for this. This Michael phone, or this funny box that makes me go. Sorry, I had to bleep that out because my NDA. So that's why you girls all sound so good. It's not because of anything we've done. It's literally just because they were like, "What's your shipping address?" And we're like, "Okay." I suppose this is happening. I also bought. I did also, by the way, though, buy myself a nice microphone arm. And maybe if you ask management nicely, they will buy you a nice microphone arm. But I already bought it before I realized that I could ask. So whoops. That's on me. But I don't have to like send this. I don't have to ship this over to Israel like when I inevitably die and therefore leave the company. Because the only way they're getting rid of me is like the sweet embrace of death. I don't have to give the microphone back. And I'm not getting like a pay cut because I had to get the microphone. They were literally just like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. And I think that's pretty lit. Debut budget of $3,000 to spend on stream assets, music, branding. You know the... Hold on. No, everyone shut up. Everyone shut up. You know the PGM that goes da 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 da. You know, and all the purple? The purple? That was because we did the thing. That was because management was like, you don't gotta pay for that. We'll fucking do it anyway. And I was like, music. With an E on the end, music. Very iconic. Very iconic. And you know, if you go over the budget, like how I did, shock horror, if you go over your debut budget, you can put your own money in. But until you hit that, it's free real estate. It's free real estate. Your super chats are funding the next gen to have funky background music and silly little stream assets. This includes stuff like my opening and like, you know, the beautiful Byung chibis. The one that, the Rin spin. There we go. The spin. Funded by management. That kind of thing. Very epic. I think some of the money also went into my original song, and then I went over budget and I was like, you know what, don't worry about it. I'll just spend my own money. I've got the money. It was fine. There we go. So, but if you're not, for some reason, I don't know why you wouldn't be, but if you're not, for some reason, born into royalty, debut budget, it's for you. It's yours now. Company marketing and growth assistance, including a nice animated debut PV eyes emoji. You thought we were done with 2? You're gonna see us. Listen, I feel like it's not a spoiler because we could probably guess this. You might be seeing, I don't know how soon, you might be seeing like a funky little anime thing. And oh, 5 suspiciously new looking girls. Ooh, hey. Which one of them is going to get the, what's the word? The Sakuga. The funky animation. It was Yuko for our group. Who's gonna be the lucky winner. It will be very epic. But Idol also gives you things like, they're running the tuna ads. And they ran other adverts right before we debuted. And they were like, hey, wanna sponsor someone to do a watch along? Things like that. Things like that. They will give you reach. so that you can reach your grubby little VTuber hands around the planet. Oh wait, no, that's me. One of the highest paying contracts in the VTuber Agency. I love money! God, I love money. Once again, I can't tell you what your cut is, but it's pretty good. And I don't even know anything, so I'm like, yeah. And I'm picky, so... Whatever you think would make a picky person happy, yes. Yes, I'm winning. Can we... Money emoji, money emoji. So you don't gotta worry. A nice chunk of your money is actually going into my pocket personally. I will keep it safe, haha. Legal assistance in case of a lawsuit. So I don't even gotta spend that money on a lawsuit, let's go. Shocking, I thought I was going to have to. At some point I was gonna have to deal with a lawsuit. Any day now. I'm watching. I'm waiting. Lawsuit debut will be great. The lawsuit is the secret sixth member of E-Sekai. This is true. I mean, whoops. I mean... NDA. Whoops. My bad. Sorry. But if you get sued by Club Penguin, I mean Disney, because Club Penguin is no longer with us. Very sad. Pour one out for the boys. If you get sued by Disney, management will be like, no, we're gonna handle this. That being said, yes, managers who want you to succeed, but also not die. Yeah! When I was sick last week, and I told management, hey, I'm kind of dying, their first response was, don't worry about streams, get well soon. And I was like, yeah, I sure hope I do. My nose hurts. Or when I was having Wi-Fi issues, they weren't like, you gotta figure something out. I did the Twitter space because I just wanted to talk to someone. No, but I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get a setup that works for like the stream you're watching right now with your own two beady little eyes. And they were like, okay, don't worry about it. If you can't make the stream, we can just postpone, it's okay. How could I stand out in my audition? I'm gesturing, but I don't know where to. But I think it's to the before part of the be yourself, be unique. Watch the advice earlier and then fit that into your own personal branding. Let's go. Bling bomb. Nah, but literally, management will actually like, they don't force you to do things. They were like, Rin, what are your thoughts on doing ASMR? And I was like, ew, nah. And they were like, okay, understandable, have a great day. They don't make you do things that you don't want to, unless it's like really necessary, like, my job. No. The only things they'll like force you to do are like things that are absolutely 120% necessary for like you to survive. Honestly, like I've been talking about like, should I do insurance streams? And they've been like, is that a good idea? Can your body handle doing an endurance stream, Rin? Because if it was like, oh, it's a black company, it's evil, or no, the Japanese black company, very sad, oh, forced to do thing, then they would be like, yes, stream your entire life. But they're literally like, buddy, chill. Buddy, take a few days off. I'll send in a stream schedule that's like the whole week just packed, and they'll be like, I mean, if you say so, but like, but you're allowed to take days off. And even when I got sick, when I needed to take a day off because I got sick, like I cancelled on the day and then I did not stream for a week. And they were fine with that because I just kept them like up to date. As long as you're not slacking off, you'll be okay. Do you know if males will be allowed anytime soon? I believe we have that on the next slide. Short answer is, you're gonna have to wait a little bit, but we will get onto that. And I will, no, that's not on the next slide, never mind. It'll be in a few minutes. We'll get there, we'll get there. It's okay. I've thought of all the contingencies. I'm very smart. Here are the requirements for auditioning for Gen 2. And these are verbatim, none of these are made up. Very true, especially not the last one. You must be able to stream regularly for minimum 1 year and at least 3 times a week. Taking breaks from time to time is okay. As you can tell by the me. Like, if you get sick, like, obviously, you're taking the week off, buddy. Don't infect the viewers with your virtual germs. Now, I don't stream every day because I'm being forced to. I stream every day because I'm insane. And that's why I'm trying to cut back. Oh no. You must be 18 years old or older. You will need to check what I'm about to say, but I believe if you are turning 18, like, a little bit, like 2 weeks or so after the auditions closed, I think it's, you need to be 18 when you sign the contract. So, like, if you're turning 18 within, like, the next month auditions, like, ask. Send a marshmallow to my boss at Aviel Bassin. There we go. Am I plugging my boss's Twitter account? Absolutely. Let's go. We love Cloud. But even if you're not, like, 18 yet and you want to apply, A, use this time to get better at streaming. You will not regret doing that if you really want to be a VTuber. And B, there's going to be more auditions, and there's going to be more auditions from different companies. You'll find something. It'll be okay. You'll have to sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, to audition. I don't know if this is Idol specific. I would not be surprised if it is not. When I was like, yes, I would like to proceed with the auditioning. Yes, thank you, Mr. Sir. They were like, okay. Here's a form. Please don't leak our secrets. Haha. Because they had to tell you information that's like, oh, we're going to give you this much money. Or we're going to ask you to do this kind of thing and stuff. They just need to make sure you're not going to, like, hand out audition sheets and stuff. So I think that's also one of the reasons you gotta be 18. You gotta be able to sign legally binding documents. Whoa. Auditions are for female characters only. Any gender can apply. So as long as you think you can, like, present as female or as feminine enough. I mean, take it from me. I'm a retired dad in his 50s. I mean, what? No. God, I shouldn't say that. If you think you'd have a good time playing a female character, go for it, man. Go for it. As long as you're convincing, it'll be okay. Docs. It's okay. Honestly, the only thing you would have learned about that is my age. 50! You already know I'm a dad to 9 sharks. It's okay. Oh no. Proof you don't have to be, like, the most feminine ladylike lady to get into this company. The me? Dad? Okay, let's say don't join a VTuber agency to meet your Oshi. Don't join a VTuber agency to meet your dad. Mistake. We've seen your amphibious children. It's okay. I don't know if a shark is amphibious, but you know what? Whatever you say, son. Right. We are accepting applications from all countries. Last time on Idol EN Gen 1 auditions, we were only accepting from the US and Canada. Don't ask how I got in. It's called a scout. It's called I got scouted. Now, it's open. Do you live in New Zealand? Do you live in Switzerland? Do you live in... Venezuela? That's a country. I've heard of it. Ayo, bro, you live in... You live in the tiny island nation of Tuvalu? I believe that is what it's called. Audition. As long as you can sign a contract, we're good. What about Narnia? Probably. If they've got a legal system, it'll probably work out. Venezuela. I live in Venezuela! Venezuelans, welcome. Let's go. God, New Zealand doesn't exist. Well, we allowed Narnia, so it's okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Idol is coming to Brazil. No, Brazil is coming to Idol. No, I pressed the wrong button. You know what? Sure. The failure sound for when I press the wrong button. Incredible. No matter which landmass you live on, as long as you are of age to sign a legally binding contract, you can audition! Yeah! Proven streaming experience of at least 3 months is required. We will get onto that in the next slide, because right now I want to talk about the most important requirement, and that is you must love and respect IKEA Shark. It's true. You gotta respect the shark, or I can't respect you, and this is true. I am the CEO of Idol. Let's go, Idol Brazil when anything is possible if enough people audition. Believe in your dreams. Right, yeah, okay, this is actually kind of negotiable. Let me explain the proven experience part. Let me, set's mich hier. Proven experience for these 3 months! You can still apply without having streamed for 3 months. This is a guideline. This is like a good benchmark. They'll be like, yes. Okay, the point of this. Okay, yes, words. Nice. If you have less streaming experience, minimum about 1 month, but you have experience in other creative fields, you can still do it. If you've been making YouTube videos for like 6 years and you've been streaming for 1 month, they'll still be like, well, I mean, it's still experience. That's still content. We love content. Yes, give me the content. We are looking for talents who are confident in their streaming abilities. So if you think that you have the confidence without all 3 months, literally send in the application. I'm not even making this up. Once again, this has gone past management. It's real. It's real. It's real. It's not even like parenthesis real. It's just real. If you've been streaming for a month and a half and you're like, yes, I know how to use OBS. I know how to use VTube Studio. I'm living my best life. Send her in. Worst that can happen is you get rejected. And you can apply again after auditions open for the inevitable Gen 3. Like, we haven't been told anything about a Gen 3, but I can feel it in my bones. She's on her way. It'll probably happen. We're probably gonna have 150 talents by 2025. We're going to be the most VTuber agency. We're going to have half of the planets. It's like a multi-level marketing scheme. Eventually, we're just going to run out of people to sign on. You're all already idol talents! Congratulations, you did it! I'm so proud of you for passing the auditions. With my advice. Skills. It's been like 2 months since you guys debuted, so like... That is true. We are full steam ahead. We are ready. So if you miss the auditions, if you don't feel like you're ready to audition right now, wait like 5 months. It'll be fine. Skills. Frequently asked questions, idle EN edition. There we go. Idle EN edition. There we are. Nice. Nice. Right, okay. This is specific to Idol. This might be true for other agencies, but I'm not sure. Will you send a rejection letter? If you didn't pass the first round, rejection letters will be sent out after auditions closed on the 31st of January. It's like 25 days away, but you know, I'm procrastinating. Feedback is not going to be automatically sent to applicants for this audition, but if you ask, they will tell you. And I think that makes us different. That makes us unique. We're special. We're cool because we're the cool kids who actually tell you why your audition didn't pass. It's not automatic. You will have to reach out, but management will be like, yeah, this is where you went wrong. And then you can be like, yes, I will implement this into my streaming capabilities. And then you'll be the most VTube in the ever. Yeah! Right, here we go. Are there plans for male talents? Currently, no. It's not off the table forever. It's just not currently, like, on the dining table right now. Because management do not think they are well equipped to promote male talents right now. There are sadly no plans anytime soon. We don't really have anyone in the company, and I don't know if I'm saying too much here, but oh well. There's not really anyone in, like, a management position in the company who, like, really gets how you're meant to do that. So maybe one day we'll get like members of staff on and they'll be like, yes, I'm a big fan of the VTubers who are also having the Y chromosome. But until then, it's not for any other reason. It's literally just because we're a business and we need to be able to market these people effectively. Still praying that one day they'll let me hire my brother so that we can have sibling merch. It's all I want. It's all I want. I was doing a test stream to make sure my internet was okay, and I accidentally started a podcast with my brother like an hour before the stream began. When Idol Men finally, and I will fight for Idol Men. I'm honorary Idol Men. I like Gen Z as far as I care. I'm boyish and handsome enough to fulfill that. Oh no. If that ever happens, I'll be thriving. Until then, we just don't really have, like, the knowledge But maybe. Don't worry. Don't be too distracted. I mean, if you're really like a guy and you want to be a male VTuber, I'm pretty sure like Niji and Holo have auditions open at some point. I think Holo Star's auditions like open right now. I think I saw that at some point. Skills. It could be you. It doesn't matter. Anyone can be a VTube. Congratulations. Skills. Idle men. What about femboys? I feel like that counts as boys as the fact that it has a boy in the name. You'll have to see. You'll have to see. I mean, we have the creative freedom, but for now, we are not the place for the lads. For now. I'm just gonna say this. I would be really pumped if we had male talents because I get along really well with boys in comparison to... I don't hate women. Ugh, women do be shopping. I tend to get along better with men because I've had more male people in my life that I've been friends with. And family with and things like that. So I'd be like, yeah! But for now I stand alone on the crossroads waiting for them to hire my little brother. One day. One day. Rin hates women real. Oh no, that's the... Clippers, please don't do me that dirty. What do you mean? Oh god, I'm getting doxxed by the men police. Let's move on. You only watched part of my video. Am I rejected? Not necessarily. It's okay. Audition videos will be viewed multiple times by management, so receiving one 10-second view does not automatically mean you've been rejected. You can look in the YouTube analytics and be like, average view time 10 seconds? Oh no! Oh, they don't like me. All audition videos will be viewed at least once, but the thing is, the videos get passed around. It'll be like, oh, it's me, Mr. Man. I'm gonna pass this to other Mr. Man. There are 2 of them, apparently. They need multiple pairs of eyes on them. And that is why. And, you know, they go back to cross-reference and stuff. What is this called? Basically, if your video gets 1 view, and you thought your application was pretty good, there's probably a chance it's gonna get more than 1 view at some point down the line. Do not despair. Your video will be watched. If your video is not watched, I know, give us a heads up. Email auditions. I don't actually know what the email is. For some reason, I won't be using the auditions hotline. Oh boy. They only saw me say my name and choke. I'm gonna cry. BRB. If I can drown during my interview, it's fine. Maybe you should drown during... No, don't drown during your audition. Do something even worse. Anything is possible. The sky is the limit. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. If you get past audition round 1, tell them I sent you. Use referral code RIN. Yeah. That is the end of the talk. I hope that this advice, this information, has been useful to your little ears and your little brains. Good luck to anyone auditioning. You're probably going to need it. There's a lot of people out there. I can answer a few... You've got like 10 minutes. I can answer a few questions right now. If anyone's got any questions that weren't answered in the talk. For example, the audition video, is face cam required, and is that completely or partially that? You don't need it. The only time you will ever, like, need to show your face is when you've already, like, gotten in. And that is just to, like, the CEO. That's for Idle, at least. I'd say use, like... Download VTube Studio, use, like, the default model. I would show it, but I don't know if I have legal clearance to do that. VTube Studio comes with, like, 5 default models. 2 of them are humanoid. I think 2 of them are cats. 1 is a dog in a bowl. Or go online, find a free VTuber model. I feel like that's a good sign if you can do that. So just... You don't need to worry about, like... you don't have to brush your hair, God forbid. Recommended internet stream speed for streaming. I can tell you my internet speed right now. Let's see. I will look that up. Speed test. If this throttles the stream, we all know who to blame. Haha, you're not getting hired. Beep boop. 20. Okay, it's normally better. I'm on the mid Wi-Fi. It says 30 megabits per second download. Go on. Go on, Google. Go on. Testing upload speed. 30, 35, 36 megabits per second. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. I normally have Wi-Fi that's in like the hundreds, but that's my speed right now. And I hope I'm streaming in 1080 60 FPS. If something, if I haven't, something's gone wrong. Oh no. If I'm applying to multiple companies but prefer one and get accepted to the other before the preferred company auditions are out, can I put on hold or is that a bad move? You can probably ask. You can be like, hey, do we mind if I just like schedule like interviews or stuff for later? I'd say only bring that up once you're like past round 1. Once they're actually talking to you like personally, interviews and stuff. But if you really have your heart set on a specific agency, I would wait. And then, you know, if they close and we reopen, then you can be like, well, I didn't get into whatever. I'll just go for you guys instead. Follow your heart, follow your dreams. Should you use your real name in the application video, or is it better to create your persona beforehand? Sorry. Persona! I'd say just like, do whatever feels best, really. I believe if the audition form says in character, I would use a character name. That is true. God, I would have not passed these auditions. I'm realizing now. I would have been like, hi, my name Rin. Here is a 5-minute law script. How do you tell if a new company isn't a scam? This was fun because management, can I get permission to read with redacted details? With redacted details, the scouting email you sent me, please. If I redact all the personal information, can I read the email, please? No. Okay, I'm gonna give you like the vibes instead. Hi, we're a VTuber agency you've never heard of, because I'm gonna be honest, I hadn't heard of Idol until they scouted me. You look pretty cool. Wanna come work for us? We're a VTuber agency and we do stuff and things. And I was like, do you? They're not gonna ask you for like any personal information before you get hired, I don't think. I had to send in, yeah, I did say, I had to send in like photo ID. And what was it? It was a tax number or something. I can't remember exactly what it's called. A UK tax number. They just need to be able to prove like legally you are who you say you are. In the real world, not the virtual world. So I sent a picture of my passport and I was like, wow. Oh god, that's really what my nose looks like. Ew, no. If they ask you for money, it's a scam. So don't. If you have to pay money for auditions, no. Do not bother. Just trust your gut, honestly. If you think it's a scam, just be careful. If you think it's a scam, go as far as you can before they ask you for sensitive information, I'd say. Let's see. Ugh. I'm just stretching. How old is too old to audition? Honestly, it's fine. Literally, I feel like you could be like 70 years old, and as long as you're still in like good working condition. As long as you're not so old that you're like unable to work, I'd say. Because you can always lie and, you know, I would never lie. I would never be like in my 30s and say I'm like a peachy 18-year-old. No, I wouldn't do that. No. Every time I'm asked for my age, I give a different age, and that's my strategy. 95-year-old grandma VTuber. Isn't there literally, I don't know how old she is, but there is like, what was it? Like the virtual grandma project or something. And they are taking on, like women over the age of like, I want to say 65? And they're making them into VTubers. And you're like, yes! Yes! This is the good stuff! Literally, as long as it's not getting in the way of content, age is irrelevant. As long as you are above 18 and you can legally sign a legal document in your jurisdiction, and you're not old enough that you are like, I don't know, turning to stone. Anything is fine. Anything's whatever. It's the virtual world. Skills. It says introduce yourself as if you were debuting your VTuber character, so do I introduce myself as IRL person since it said as if? I think you can do both, but treat it as if like you're debuting a VTuber. You know what? I would say go with a character, because that's what VTubers do, innit? Apart from me, I'm the realest one out of there. Out of who? On the application, do they want your legal name or is the preferred one okay? If it says like real name, full name, etc., that's your real name. That's your legal, that's what you put on like your passport, on your documents and stuff. Because they need to, fun fact, they need to know who you are so they can pay you money and get you to sign the legally binding contract. Whoa, I wouldn't have thought. The 3 months of streaming experience, should they be in English or other languages? Fine. Oh, this is a difficult one. I think it's okay, but if you are going to include stream clips in your application, it needs to be something that either kind of conveys your energy without necessarily needing to understand the language, or you should probably subtitle it in English. Remember that these are, you can, by the way, English does not need to be your first language if you're auditioning for an English-speaking branch. You just need to be fluent enough in English that you could stream without, like, major problems. Take it from me. My first language is in English and I can barely speak it, and yet I'm here! Woo! Incredible. What do you mean I can't sign a legally binding contract with my Club Penguin username? God, that really just how it's how it is on this bitch of an earth. I wonder if management would let me re-debut with my Club Penguin username and no other changes. Oh no. What is your first language? Fancy. Next. Oh boy, oh boy. Hey, Penrose, I have a question. Our current E-Sekai branch gonna bite me? They're kind of scared. Yes. Fear them. We only want the strong in the Gen 2. We only want strong people for the second generation. By the way, if you're auditioning for Gen 2 and you get in and you read this, have fun thinking of a funny generation name, because it took us a while. Have luck. Good fun. Are male applicants allowed, or do they have to be a female / in a feminine character model? You can be male, but you are going to have to perform as a feminine character. As one of the ladies. So just keep that in mind. Once again, you know, it's a matter of preference at the end of the day. All you really need to do is, like, be convincing acting as a girl. Trust me, I'm an amorphous blob, and yet somehow... Gen 2 should be Ethernet. Rin, why are you streaming on Wi-Fi? Well, the second generation is here to solve all your problems. Incredible. You love to see it. For the karaoke, is an edited video fine since it has raw audio, or is fully unedited karaoke better? I would say if you can just record something for the audition, so you don't have to worry about, like, other stuff. But I would keep the BGM, like, relatively low. Or the backing track, rather. Make sure they want to be able to hear you singing. That is the main thing. They don't care about the song, they care about the singing and, like, the skills. The skill issues, maybe? Mayhaps? Things like that. Ugh. Can't wait for the email generation. Oh my god. Idle men, they're here. It's literally just like all of us, but like as lads. James Unagi. Can you commission a personal friend for the model? I think what they are looking for, and this goes for a lot of VTuber companies, they like popular artists because those artists can get reach when they're like, hey, I did this model for Penrose Idol. Yes. So if your friend is a popular artist, maybe it's also a quality thing. They need to be able to draw a beautiful, fluid, high quality model. Wow, I'm so gorgeous. I don't have ego problems. Don't worry about it. It's a quality thing, and it's also, remember that the model is kind of a marketing thing. But if you think, you know, you can ask, and if you get turned down, then at least you tried. Consistent quality across the gen as well. That is correct. And that goes for art and it goes for rigging. So you'll be like, wow, some VTuber models can have such wide the range of motion or whatever. Why can't this corporation with enough money to throw at the problem have that? And the reason is, if some people get better rigging than others, even if it's like based on generations, that's not a good look. That's not in the industry. A bad look. I nearly died, but a bad look. Favoritism. Favoritism is bad. They don't do favoritism. Skills. Can I hire a good and popular artist from my non-EN country? How many of our artists are Japanese speaking primarily? Mine is. If you want to commission a non-EN speaking artist, we have translators. We have translators. That's how I managed to get this sweet deal. Thank you, Mama. I believe at least 3 of E-Sekai's art mamas are primarily Japanese speaking. So, you know, you don't need to worry about the language barrier with things like that. How good of a singer do you need to be? Honestly, singing is not like in the job description. You can sing if you want. If you like to sing, put that in there. Be like, I want to do the karaoke. And they'll be like, nice, good for you. You do not have to sing. You barely need to be able to like hold a tune. It's good if you can. It is a real bonus. It is not a necessity. Do not worry if you can't. Fill the gap with some other skill issue. Let's go. Wait, didn't you use your Sukoshi Nihongo? No, okay. When I talk to my artist, I try my best to speak Japanese without a translator because I am pretentious. When the business is speaking and they need to make sure that the contract is right, they will use a professional translator who actually knows what they're talking about. Or who actually knows what they're talking, full stop. Bonus points for being able to sing, but not mandatory. Exactly. We're called Idol, but it's kind of like a joke in the company. We don't really, like, necessarily need to be idols. I mean, I'm the only one with, like, a solo original song. I know it's been, like, 2 weeks or whatever. I know this company only started last week, but... We've got 2 original songs. More on the way! God, I hope! Please. Please, I'm asking politely. Mr. Manager, give me the song perms. Comedians. Honestly, like, it's basically that. We are entertainers. This is an entertainment job, like, first and foremost. You don't necessarily need to be funny. If you're really, really interesting, that is also a plus. Some VTubers aren't, like, the most comedically good, but you're just like, whoa, you are good at talking. I am interested when you speak. That is an asset. You love to see it. All idols don't do PowerPoints. Only the strongest ones do. How required do you think singing is? It's a good skill to have. It's definitely a plus. If you absolutely cannot sing, that is not disqualifying whatsoever. You've just got to have, like, something in you that's, like, that would get you through. You can be a really good singer, but if you're not a good fit for the company, you're not getting through. It's not necessarily. If you don't like to sing, even. If you're like, it's not really for me. Still audition, it doesn't matter. If this was like a V-singer thing, if we were holding auditions for Idol EN V-singer, then, you know, obviously, but we're not. We are holding auditions for Idol EN Gen 2, a bunch of silly little lads who do the streams sometimes. Do artists who haven't made models before but get good, who have a good portfolio outside of that get considered for model commissions? Perhaps. It's a case-by-case basis. Sometimes you'll have to ask them to ask the artist themselves. It's a little bit hit or miss. Because as far as I don't draw for Live 2D, I barely draw at all these days. Oh god, I need to get back on that. I've never drawn for Live 2D. There is a specific way you need to split things up that can be difficult to understand. The rigger can fix it sometimes. Generally, they will ask you to go with a safe bet, I would assume. They'll be like, okay, but this guy's done 3 models before. You know, it might be a little bit less of a headache. But, you know, if you want, once again, you are better off asking than, like, regretting never having asked. It really do be like that. It really do be like that sometimes. My 6-figure Live 2D gonna go crazy for Gen 4! I wonder if we would accept someone that's just like not a human. One of my virtual siblings, ha 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 ha, Debbie Do-san, who is quite visually not a person, but like Also a vibe. Management, can we just have a small critter in the next gen, please? You love to see it. You wouldn't guess we're siblings, apart from the fact that we are, and that's how it works. Are AI people allowed? Can they sign the contract? Nice try! Come back when you have human brain cells. Stream as IKEA Shark. Oh, shut up, that's what... Damn, I can't believe everyone guessed my re-debut thing. Oh no! No capture on the contract, we're in the clear. Pochi, but literally just a dog. It could happen. It could happen. Come on, management. You cowards. Right, let's take one more question and then I'm gonna peace out because I'm running out of water. And knowledge. Oh, can you use your current model or design, or do you need to go with something new? Okay, I'm not counting this because I've answered it. Basically, don't count on being able to keep your old model. Ask, don't expect anything in return, I think. Right, okay. Actual last question. Let's see. Hyper-realistic bear VTuber, that would honestly slap. Let's scroll. I'm looking. I'm searching. There are some things, remember, that I can't answer. Basically, either I'll be under NDA, or I will be just not knowing the knowledge. So if you've got any more... How hard is being a VTuber? Depends on what you do, I guess. Like, if I'm just sitting down for a Zatsudan, that's probably the easiest thing I do. If I'm making a PowerPoint presentation like this, oh god, in all of her glory. Beautiful. I mean, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and if you're not ready for that, then it might be a bit of a shock. Management bully the talents on a daily basis. No, it is in fact the other way around. I was bullying my management just this afternoon. Why? Now, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. We'll have meetings that we can't really talk about because it's secret things. I'll have like, oh, I need to get this video done for whenever. Like the Christmas address and things like that. I'll be making shorts. I'll be making PowerPoints. I'll be setting up stream setups for like my my membership stream, which was, it was a nightmare to get done, but when it was absolutely beautiful. You just need to be ready to... It's not a job that you can do 2 hours a day and that's it. Treat it as a full-time job if you have like the means to do so, I think. But I think even if it is like a pretty difficult job sometimes, I think it is rewarding. And I think that's the thing that matters. Wow. In the end, it really was maybe the real Idol EN Gen 2 was the friends we made along the way. Link in the description. Well then, that's all from me. I don't think I can really... I'm not the manager. I will be the manager soon. I will be usurping the management position. You can be an anime person, what's not to love? There we go, that's our closing thought. It's fine, because at the end of the day, you can become anime. Ay! Okay. You'll love to see it. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for having a little, just a little bit, just a little, just to look, just to perceive, just to peruse. Ugh. I'm stretching my bones. Right then. Hopefully that has helped with all of the things you may have wanted to know. Right. If you have any more questions, I would like to ask you to ask them to Mr. Aviel, my boss, the CEO. On his Twitter account, he has a Marshmallow account. Go in there, type your little question with your little rat claws. Let's go. Can I be a rat VTuber? Yeah, why not? He will give you better answers than me, honestly, because fun fact, he's the one actually involved with the hiring and not the one involved with making silly little PowerPoints all day for no reason. But other than that, I do hope that this advice was at least somewhat helpful. And even if you're not looking for a VTuber agency job, I hope this was insightful to see what I've been through. Apart from the things that I didn't go through because I got scouted. But to see what I've been through. Am I a rat? Excellent question. Find out next time on Idly N Generation 2. We did it. I'll see you guys on the debut side. Let's go. Oh no. Oh, what is this?